Hi everyone, it's Erin from EB Mixed Media. Today I'm going to be playing with my new stamp collection from Joggles. These are called my Whimsical Florals stamp collection. There are 5 sets of stamps. There's butterflies and bubbles. There is florals, there's Starry Night, Twinkle Lights, Birds and Bees, and Raindrops. So I am going to be stamping using my Ranger permanent waterproof jet black archival ink. I've got a stamping block here. I'm just going to be stamping on some mixed media paper today, and I'm going to be using some of my craft paints. These are just acrylic, inexpensive acrylic paints, a little bit of white gesso, and a paintbrush. So even before I stamp, I'm going to paint. And I'm going to start, this is the Raindrops set, and I'm thinking about this nice little square flower, which I think is really cute. Having a square flower just cracks me up. And I am going to take my paint, and I want this to look painterly. So I'm going to just do my best approximation of what I think that looks like, that particular stamp. I was hoping that would mix a little better. That's quite large, I think, so we'll do a little bit smaller here. And I'm just sort of not even washing my brush. But like I said, I want it to look real painterly. And I can even go back in with a little bit of white if I want to add a little something something. I don't like that. So we'll just change it. But I want to see the brush strokes. I want it to look painterly. We'll do one more, do this light color. And maybe add, no, let's add a little bit of this. So that looks painterly, and that's what we're going for. Now, let's also look at the circular one, and let's try a couple of those. And just for ease, I'm going to turn this upside down. I'm going to do the same kind of painterly look. So I'm just sort of making this circle here. And you can see I'm keeping brush marks in there. Let's do one more. Okay, and then we'll dry that. So we want this to be super dry because we don't want to get any paint on our stamp. So I've got my stamp on my acrylic block. I've got my acid-free permanent waterproof archival ink from Ranger in black. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp right on that. First one I made kind of large. I got a little smaller as I went. That's more about the size of the stamp. Here we go with that one. Now we'll load up our other one. There we go. And I'm okay with the fact that I don't have paint in that little bottom bit. Again, I want this to look painterly. Now, the next thing I want to do is go through and add my leaves. You could leave these without the leaves painted. I'm going to go ahead and paint them. I've got some gold here. I'm going to mix it with this green to get kind of a grello-y color that I really like. And again, I want this to be super painterly. So I'm just pulling the brush across the page really simply. And I could even go back in if I want more yellow or I want more green. Say, okay, let's get that dry again. Now the fun part, and that is embellishing. So I'll start with this first one, and I'm just gonna color this in with my Uniball, Signo Uniball pen, and put that little white on there. And then just to darken this up a little, I'm gonna go back over my lines where the paint went over it. If you wanna be more careful with your paint so that you can skip this step, that's up to you. I want this to look really quickly, painterly. I want to see the strokes. I want it to be perfectly imperfect. Okay. So there's lots of options for getting really creative with these when you're doing the embellishments. So one thing you could do, for example, is bring your half circle down like so, and we'll fill in this line where I didn't get a great stamp. And then I'm just going to add a ruffle for fun. And I think I might color that in gold. And you could use your Posca pen if you want, a paint marker. I just happen to have this gold pen handy. Again, this is a Uniball Securo, or no, Signo Uniball. I said the wrong thing the last time. And maybe I'll circle these in gold just to carry the gold through. And then I'll do this nice little highlight here. And maybe I'll even come around here and do something like that. So there's lots of options for making these florals unique from each other and unique to you. Color this in a little darker maybe. So for this one, how would it look to go yellow maybe here? And maybe these could be yellow as well. That could be fun. And for this one, what if we added some polka dots? Oh, those don't really show. Right? And I can color this in again. That's cute. And we'll go back and do these leaves again too. Now, since this one we went over a little bit, one cute little thing we could do is a ruffle all the way around here. So I like to start out this way so that my corners all have a ruffle or a petal or whatever you want to call it. There we go. And if we wanted to, we could color that in with a different color. White maybe, or I'm trying the yellow to see. I'm wondering if the white would have popped better. I'm thinking it probably would have, but... Isn't that cute? And we have a little bit of pink in there, so what if we made these pink? Cute! I feel like this needs more, and I'm wondering again if we do some polka dots. Maybe. So you get the picture anyway of all the ways that you can jazz these up and make them uniquely yours. So what about some stripes maybe on this one? Oops. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute and I'll go back over my leaves here. So there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out and then we'll come back and take a look at them. So let's take a quick look at these florals that we made. This one, I just put some white highlights on it and added a little bit of gold. This one we opted for yellow. Here we did some polka dots, which I think is super cute. This one has a ruffle. Here's more polka dots. This one's just plain. We did one that was striped, and then this cute one with the little ruffle. So I hope that gives you some ideas for ways that you can use these stamps with paint and give your stamping a real painterly effect. That's it for me today. Again, you can find my entire collection of Whimsical Florals at joggles.com. We'll see you again soon. In the meantime, you can find me on Instagram. Bye, everybody.